We welcome you to Somerville Field on the campus of Gardiner Area High School as Munzing Media Sports brings you high school field hockey, the rivals. Added here today from Somerville Field as the Cony Rams are in to take on your Gardiner Tigers. Hello, buddy. I'm Rob Munzing, joined by the coach, Mo McNally, Chris Wheeler running our production, and Calvin Mason doing our camera work. Dick Layton is along for stats here from Somerville Field. Well, Coach, we're back up on the hill, and boy, don't we know it.
Oh, the wind is whipping. The weather has changed. You're absolutely correct. It is definitely fall in Maine.
Well, when you take a look at this game, it wouldn't matter if they were playing out in the parking lot somewhere, Coach. They'd be after each other here. This is a special game. We've got the Drive Out Cancer Challenge game to bring you here today, and we want to let you know that if you'd like to contribute to the cause here today, they've had to do it virtually this year. You see the website. I got this from the coaching staff. They're going to do it online year, and once again, hey, I'm in, Coach. Remind me before you leave. Let me give you a check for the Drive Out Cancer Challenge game here, as Munzing Media likes to do every single year. As you folks may know, Coach McNally started this. If you're not familiar with the history of this game, I'll let Coach give you a brief history of it, and it's one of the really neat things that happens here between the two schools.
It's been a highlight of our season, Rob, for years. We started in 2009, and actually it started with Krista Chase, who was then the Cony coach and is now a Mount Ararat coach, came to me with the idea, and we just kind of flew with it. And the communities have been supportive of this particular event since 2009. And to take a look at the history of it, Gardiner leads the rivalry 8-3 in these Cony in the Drive Out Cancer games. 17 goals have been scored. They've given up 8. Gardner has got 5 shutouts to 1 for Cony in those years since 2009. Cony won last year's 2-1. Gardner won the year before 1-0. And it's been well over $100,000 that have been donated to the Harold Alphon Center in Augusta, which is a remarkable place. And our kids in the early years, I'm not sure if they're still doing this, but our kids in the early years used to go up there and get a tour of the facility. And it's a remarkable facility. If you haven't been there, it's quite something to look at, and it leaves a lasting memory with our kids, and I know with the Cony kids. So today's game, with the Drive Out Cancer in mind, both teams are going to come in looking for their first win. So we're hoping for a great game between these two teams.
Well, it's always a rival game, that's for sure, and it's hard to go on based on schedules and things this particular year, Coach, where it's been kind of a hybrid season when you take a look at it. They started late, and certainly it's been hard to get any kind of flow going here for both teams, but they'll be after each other. And back on Somerville Field, if you saw our first field hockey game we did when Messalonsky came down, that's the first home game of the season. They played out on Hope Field, and I'll let Coach talk to that. That didn't go well. No,
it certainly changed the game itself. The field was hard. The ball was bouncing everywhere. The ball came up in the air many more times than probably we'll see today. It was difficult for both teams to play on that field that day. The weather was great, but the field just dictated the game itself and how the game was going to go. So it was tough for both teams.
And of course they're back out here on Somerville Field, and certainly the weather conditions over the course of the late summer and early fall have actually led to drought conditions. Don't start any fires here today because we've got a fire warning here, so everybody knows it's been dry. And of course the idea was not to use this field, so they're in. I've seen. I was over here yesterday. Rob Dish was getting it ready, and I talked to Rob today, and he'll do the very best he can always for the athletes here at Gardiner High School. But it's not in its normal condition that it is. Sometimes it gets wet. I would say, Coach, this is about the driest I've ever seen at Somerville Field for a field hockey game. But we're glad to be here, and we're glad that you are with us here. They do have some seating for families up on the hill. The parking lot is pretty well closed off here, just for from media. The Munson media crew is up here, and we're outside. You'll hear the wind whipping through our headphones. There's nothing we can do about that. But we're here for Cony Gardiner Athletics, and that's always a very special moment. So why don't we take a quick break here, and we'll hear from some of our wonderful local sponsors who make these games possible. Then we'll come back. We'll have the opening of this one here from Somerville Field after this.
Feel like cooking dinner? Call Caps's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsuspizza.com.
At a family's time of loss, making arrangements with those you know and trust can lessen the burden, so you may better focus on preparations and services. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care's network of long-established, family-managed firms is here for families like yours, providing experienced and compassionate service throughout Central Maine. They are Lowry Brothers and Wheeler Funeral Homes in Fairfield and Oakland, Knowlton and Hewins and Roberts Funeral Homes, serving Augusta and Winthrop, and Staples Funeral Home for families in Gardiner, Maine. Each staff is experienced at accommodating the unique needs of the families we serve, as well as pre-arranging services for individuals. All of the Family First locations stay true to our traditions and commitment to the communities we've served for decades. Together, we join with you to celebrate lives well lived. Family First Funeral Homes and Cremation Care, where your family is our family.
Rob Munson, Mo McNally back here to Somerville Field. Chris Wheeler's doing our production. Calvin Mason is doing our camera work. Dick Layton is along on stats here for us from high on the hill up above Somerville Field. Coach, who are some of the players we'll look at here in today's game?
Well, talking to Coach Holly Daigle, who's in her 11th season as varsity coach, she comes in with a 0-2 record, having lost to Messalonskee and Belfast. She's looking at the Rennie twins, and I think everybody in the state is looking at the Rennie twins. Both Julia, who was a KVC first team last year, and Anna, who was an all-state kid, a player last year. She's also looking for Taryn Crummett, who's a senior forward, and Mallory Audette, who's a junior forward. She also comes in with a first-year goalie this year. Jenna Hanowin is playing her first year, and she made 7 saves against Messalonskee, including one on a penalty stroke. Holly goes on to say, Coach Daigle goes on to say that she's low in numbers, but they're small and they're mighty. Coach Gallant's struggling a little bit, she says. She comes in, and some of the people you're going to hear names. You're going to hear Lanny Porter, who's leading the defense in the back. Cassidy Collins, who's in goal, and probably will see quite a few shots today. And she's got a strong player in Lindsay Bell. They're struggling a little defensively. She's brought up Brianna Smith to varsity for today to look for a little aggressiveness up forward. And her scorers so far have been Willow and Piper Lavoie. But she's looking to focus a little bit more on defense in her practices and hoping that by the end she'll see some improvement. So Gardiner comes in at 0-1, having lost to Messalonskee as well, and having a game canceled for Messalonskee when they shut down because of a COVID.
Yeah, Marana Cook, coach.
Marana Cook, yep. With a COVID incident, and then they had another game that was washed out because of the rain. So both teams are excited to be here. The game means a lot, both on the field and off the field, as far as the drive-out cancer goes. So I think we'll see a real strong performance by both teams today.
Yeah, Drive Out Cancer Challenge is the theme here today. You want to make a contribution, that you can check out the virtual donation spot, and we've actually got that web page that we'll try to bring you at halftime to show you the web page there. Chris may have it up here. We can show it to you again quickly. You're looking at that virtual site, and I think it was Coach Prey put that up. So if you check Coach Prey's Facebook page or contact her via Facebook, she'll be able to get you any of them. Be able to help you out, take your donation. And on the Cony side, Coach Daigle as well will be able to help you out with that. She's assisted by Samantha Simmons over there for the Cony Rams. Glad we could do this. We missed this game last year because we couldn't stream from Cony. We weren't allowed to stream from Cony, and now with their new policy, we will not be streaming from Cony because we cannot abide by the restrictions of the Cony School Board policy. So we'll bring you this Drive Out Cancer Challenge game anytime it's at Gardiner. Same with Cony Gardiner football. Anytime Cony Gardiner play at Gardiner, we'll bring you that game. But we will not be doing any streaming from Cony High School. I think they're trying to do some of their own, as many schools are. I'm hearing from schools all around the state asking for tips and advice and all of that. And my main advice, Coach McNally, to all of these schools that call me is to find the patron saint of live streaming. I don't know who it is. I know St. Michael's, if you lose something, they used to tell us that in St. Mary's Annunciation School, but I'm not sure who the saint is of technology streaming. But if you know, send me the name, because 2 seconds before we were going on the air, we had a total meltdown up here. We had to fix before we get on. So we're outside. We're watching from high on the hill. We're out in the elements. We've got no power. We've got no internet. We're bringing our own. We got a box that's at 67%. So if this game goes a long time and our power runs out, we'll say bye-bye, but we hope that won't happen. But we're set to go. We should be all set here, actually. We've used this. Coach and I did a game from Halldale that worked perfectly in the same conditions. So we're set to get underway here. The Cony Rams, of course, they're in red, as you would expect. Gardiner's wearing their white uniforms here. They're on left to right on your screen, right to left. Go the Cony Rams, and set to go will be Taryn Crummett, as Coach mentioned to you at the beginning. She's one of the ones for Coach Daigle, Holly Daigle. Played her field hockey at Cony.
Very good player at Cony. Absolutely very good player. Very good player. He's done a great job coaching at Cony, too. We should see some good speed out of Cony, I'm assuming, this particular game.
Well, you had mentioned Julia Rennie at the start, and she had the first possession for the Rams as Crummett went right over to her on the near side. Julia Rennie, number 7. You'll see her running up and down on the near side here. Tigers will need to contend with her. This is Marcy Freeman for the Rams, gets it ahead.
Traditionally, Cony's been very aggressive. Once they get inside the 50, they smell the goal area. So they're going to be very aggressive from the 50 down. We should see quite a bit of offensive play from them.
Untouched outside by Rennie, so Collins let that one ring off the back. No danger, however. Tigers with it here, set to go. This will be Chasen with it. Chasen, but Rennie intercepts. Rennie in control, dribbles through the defender. She's got a quick shot. Kick out save by Collins. They're scrumming for it. Have we got replay up, Chris? We probably want to put that up today. I didn't do that. Thank you. You might hear me doing some directing. We got Chris Wheeler on the command ship Munsing Media, launching out to all the ships at sea. Most of possession time by the Rams. The Tigers. Senior Maddie Farnham. Seems funny to say Senior Maddie Farnham because Maddie's been playing here, seems like forever. Maddie's a good story. I'll let Coach tell it when there's time to tell it, because it epitomizes the type of athlete that high schools are looking for. I'll let you do that now, Coach. Looks like we're in a situation. It's a funny story.
Maddie was a complete surprise to Coach Gallant when she came. She, as far as I understood, she knew nothing about field hockey, hadn't seen a game played, but came because a couple of her friends decided that they would like her to come along to practice. She's been playing for 2 years now and has been a strong addition to this team. All the while, according to Coach, knows very little of the rules. He just looks at the official, sees which way they point, and then goes from there.
Yeah,
but boy,
she obeys well, right? Yeah.
She's been a strong addition to this team. She's very, very strong, very aggressive inside the circle. Just a good addition to this team.
Yeah, Maddie's a three-sport athlete here at Gardiner High School. I think her best sport, because we've seen her play them all, is softball. She's a dynamo on the softball dime. She's a great shot stopper for the Tigers and for Coach Brochu over the past couple of years. And Cony on the attack here. They've had the better of the territorial play. They're trying to get a crossing pass. Can't do it in the circle. Tigers trying to clear the circle. They'll depend, as Coach told you, on Lanny Porter, their senior defender here. And Dick Layton will mark this as the first corner of the game. Dixon is pavilion. We put him back in the truck to do the stats. It's a little chilly out here. Into the circle it comes. Cony shot off. Oh boy, that was blocked, and that one stung, I think, Leah Pushard. And there's the goal. So Pushard took one, and she flinched on it as she should as the ball rolled up on her. And we'll get a look at the replay. We'll have to see who gets credit for the goal. Usually it's whoever gets in behind and gets the ball out. And it was Rennie that got the ball, so we're going to say Rennie on the goal. We'll take a look on the replay when we get a second here. You're going to see it's a scrum in front. A lot of bodies in front there. Collins comes out. Rennie comes in, gets by the defender, and is able to get it home. So good look at that. Good job, Calvin. Nice job on the replay, Chris. So good job by the Munson Media production squad. 1-0 Cony here. And truly, Cony's had the better of the chances, Coach McNally, and cashed that one in after the corner.
Yeah, it's we knew this was going to start out this way anyway. Cony is maybe a step faster with the Rennie twins and some of their other contributors. And they're an offensive-minded team, always have been. Gardiner has traditionally been a defensive-minded team, but as Coach Glenn had told us, she's struggling a little bit, trying to find a combination that works, working with some kids that are first-year, second-year players, so it's going to be tough here against a strong offensive Cony team.
Crummett, I think, is in. She shoots, and good save by Cassidy Collins. Kicked it out in the circle. They'll fight for control. And it'll be another corner. This is second corner of the game. To do the insertion will be Freeman. No, Freeman went back. It might be Anna Rennie.
I was just going to say, it looked like Anna Rennie.
Julia Rennie, nice move inside. Tried to get the shot off, couldn't do it. There was some good defense inside that time by the Tigers. Willow Lavoie came up, made the play. Tigers try to change field quickly.
Good release coming out of the circle, and I think that's what they're going to have to do. Once they get the ball inside the defensive circle, God is really going to have to take those quick hits to come out of the circle to clear it. Setting up and holding and waiting too long is going to give Cony too much time to set up.
Peekins was on the defense for the Tigers. The ball goes far side and rolls through. It'll be Tiger ball. Coming down the far side. There's that little slope there that Coach McNally talks about a lot. Where the ball, it's almost impossible to keep that ball in play over there.
Right in front of the Cony bench, the field goes downhill. And if you don't know about it, and you use a big hit coming out, it's going to go out of bounds every time.
Of course, your kids would use it as an advantage to drive the ball clearly out, and that's home field advantage. Now the Tigers attack, and they get in the circle. They're just outside trying to get in, and we'll see what the call is. Tigers will possess. Into the circle it comes, and now right back out. Dangerous hit.
Tigers are going to have to really take advantage of the offensive opportunities. Once they're up in here, they're going to keep the ball up in here. So ball control inside the 25 for us is going to be, for Gardiner, is going to be very important.
Tigers in the circle. Can they keep it in? Rams looking to get it out. Tigers spin around by Peekins. Peekins fighting for control with it. She's going against her counterpart, Roke. Tigers ball. Driven in. Stays outside the circle. Spun around there by Brianna Medore for the Rams. And it'll be Rams ball. 1-0 on the Rennie goal. Julia Rennie, the Rennie twins. Tigers trying to get on the defense and take it to the outside, and they control. Try to go down quickly out of bounds. That'll be Rams ball in.
That was a nice little defensive play by Seda Chasen to bring that ball to the outside, take it away from Cony's strength, which is right down the middle, get it to the outside and get it to one of our wings. So great little defensive play.
Came to Freeman for the Rams. Freeman dispossessed, and it'll be Tiger ball. They'll try to transition quickly, and they'll drive it near side. Can the Tigers win it? Farnham on it. She gets taken off the play there. Roke got it to Rennie. Rennie through the defender's legs. Nice move, Rennie, into the circle. Trying to get it centered. She does. Chases, and that'll be a corner. Third corner, Coach?
Third corner. Third corner. Looks like Coach Gallant may have to get a little bit of help for Lanny Porter over on this side. Rennie's got some speed. If we can double up on this side, it may slow her down a little bit. It's probably not going to stop her, but it may slow her down a little.
They'll try to come in, and they do. Back pass. Rennie. She's got great stick skills. Trying to spin around there. It was good defense by the Tigers that time.
Maddie Farnham was great defense.
Yeah, Maddie locked right on. Now, Maddie, wheel-wise, can stay up with Rennie, can't she?
Yes, she can.
Do you ever do a shadow, Coach? Do you ever consider doing that?
Yeah, you can double up. You just got to make sure that if you double up there, obviously somebody else is going to be open, but it's going to take a few minutes here to get used to what's happening up front and where you should double and who should double. But you certainly can.
Rennie drives it in. Rams fighting for it. Tigers fighting for it. Pushard for the Tigers does a good job. Steady Leah Pushard.
Absolutely. Steady's a good word for Leah, too. She is steady. She's very strong up back. She does nothing flashy, but she does nothing wrong. She's very, very steady, very seldom makes a mistake in the back end.
Remember, we're playing quarters now, so if you haven't seen a field hockey game this year, instead of halves, we're going quarters. So we've got about just under 5 minutes left here in the first. We'll take the quarter break to bring you our sponsors ads. And again, the sponsor challenge, if you're into Randolph Hardware or Gosline Insurance or any of our great sponsors, say, hey, thanks for sponsoring Munzing Media's production of Gardiner High School sports. Now, you don't have to say all those words. Use your own words. But my suggestion is let's thank these sponsors. And people have been doing it. I know they have because I've heard from a couple of sponsors. People go in and say, hey, thanks for sponsoring. Wonderful sponsors. You're over at IGA. Get there early because Jack Goggin works only about 30 minutes and then goes golfing most days. So got to get to Goggins early. Poor Kathy Joe is left running the ship over there. Comes into the circle. Rams fighting for it. Tigers fighting for it. Rams are trying to control it in there. I think it was Macy Freeman was inside number 4 for the Rams, but the Tigers persevere. Lindsay Bell, new shirt. She changed to Wade Boggs number 26 today. Not because she likes chicken like the chicken man Wade Boggs did, but because her shirt disappeared. I think she probably, I'm thinking she sold on eBay or something to get some money. Push out with it here. Takes it to the outside where there's less danger.
Another nice defensive play by Leah.
We were playing our rivals back in 1969 basketball. Big game. I was like the 12th player on an 11-man team. And I forgot my shirt, Coach, and I told my coach, and he said, Munzing, you got less chance of getting in the game today than I do.
Oh, no.
He said, keep your warm-up on.
could say that in 1969.
Yeah, she could. Yeah, there was no discussion of self-esteem back in those days. I mean, but he's my favorite coach of all time. He and Coach Walt Abbott. National Coaches Day the other day, Coach. I thought of you. All the kids you've influenced in your lifetime, all the great coaches we've had at Gardiner High School, and the late John Smith we mentioned. Coach was quite a great man to a lot of kids in a tough, hard-nosed, fatherly way in wrestling. Those wrestlers worked harder than any kids on any of the teams, and he was tough on them, but they loved him.
Oh, they did. And, you know, John, I've said this before, John had a heart of gold and would do anything for anyone. Was very supportive of all sports here at Gardiner, and was just a great mentor to me as I started my teaching career, and he will be sorely missed.
And he was a encyclopedia of trivial knowledge. Here come the Tigers. That's tripping. That's in hockey, we call that a penalty shot. What will they call it here, Coach?
They will call it tripping, and that they will get a free hit. Gardiner will get a free hit coming in. Had that been inside the circle, might have been a penalty stroke.
But it was outside, and Farnham was on the take. Some good spin move there, trying to get around, and not able to do it. That was Lindsey Bell, number 26 today. Freeman passes off the hit here to Rennie. Anna Rennie's 23. Comes in, tipped. Ooh, that was a kick-out save and a good one. That was a dangerous shot there that time. Hinowin had to be ready for it. Kicked it aside. Tigers in the circle. They'd like to get something cooking here. They've got under a minute left to do it. It's inside. Can the Tigers get it? They do. Farnham's got it, but she couldn't get the shot off, and now to come back out to the Rams.
And that's what Gardiner's going to have to do. They're going to have to, inside the 25, they're going to have to be thinking, get it in the circle, because we're going to have to get some shots off.
Our clock unofficial here, about 30 or so seconds left here in the first quarter. Stepped into by the Tigers. That was a good job on the defense that time, but it's going to go back. That was Porter stepped up, but the Rams got it. They've got about 20-something seconds left here. Collins comes out for the kick save. She kicked it out way wide, so that was good. That's going to make it difficult for the Rams to counterattack here, and Tigers should be able to clear it out in under 10 seconds just about right now, and that'll probably play out the first quarter of play. So that's how we'll end here. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Cony Rams 1, the Gardiner Tigers nothing. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Second quarter from Somerville Field after these messages.
Why waste valuable time and gasoline traveling around when you can enjoy one-stop shopping at Goggins IGA in Randolph? Goggins is locally owned by people you know and trust at the heart of our community. Goggins offers the convenience of one-stop shopping, in-store banking, a large selection of liquors and wines, and a full-service pharmacy. At Goggins IGA, you're in, you're out, you're home.
Strategic Real Estate Services, serving all buyers and sellers. 2 locations, 335 Water Street, Gardiner, and 83 Kennedy Memorial Drive, Waterville. From residential to commercial, solutions and strategies that equal results for you. Visit strategicreservices.com or call 485-1105.
At Gardiner Apothecary, we offer all the medications and services of a modern pharmacy, but with the friendly, personalized service of an independent business. We are your source for all your pharmaceutical needs, offering conventional prescription filling, over-the-counter medications, vitamins, and more. We call our customers by name. We care about you, your health, and meeting all your pharmaceutical and medical supply needs at our locally owned pharmacy. We live here, and we are committed to providing the very best care and customer service to our neighbors. Gardiner Apothecary, the way pharmacy should be.
Gardiner Apothecary! Yay! Got it! Got it!
Gardiner Apothecary, one of the great sponsors here, John Twardell. Graduate of Gardiner Area High School. John's about, I think he's about my age, 67 or so, so we would have graduated 70, 71, 72, sometime in there, I think. Built a great business in town and has always been one of our sponsors. Beth and I keep him hopping with our prescriptions. You know, talking about Drive Out Cancer Challenge. If you don't know my wife Beth, a 2-time breast cancer survivor, the first time very young back in 1994, and then just after she retired, as a retirement present, she got a second case of breast cancer in 2010, and she was captain in one of the Drive Out Cancer Challenge games for football back in 2011, 2012, sometime in that time frame. So, you know, cancer is one of those things that unfortunately most families have some history with, and you know, this is a great game and a great cause, Coach McNally, and you know, I'm going to not put you on the spot, but I'm going to think this is one of the best things that you ever did in your coaching career, Coach.
I don't think there's any question. This was just, as I said, it was Krista Chase's idea, but we jumped on board here in Gardiner. All the sports in Gardiner jumped on board, and it's just been a tremendous, tremendous thing to follow and to watch. And over the years, as you just mentioned, we've had honorary captains from both sides, and to watch the progression of those people as they battled through cancer, and some have not made it, and that's been awful to see. Yeah. But our kids have grown from this, and they've realized that there's something more than playing sports in high school going on in life, and it just cancer attacks every family, every person in some way. So for our kids to do a little something, you know, little to benefit the Alphonse Center has just been a tremendous program.
A little different, of course, this year because with the COVID, not able to bring people in to be the honorary captains like they normally do. And I remember the first year you did it, I think both teams went up to the Alphonse. I went up there, did some video of that. It was fantastic, and that was a dangerous hit by Rennie on the backhand.
Yes, we did. We went up the first few years and took the kids up and toured and got the layout of the land for the Alphonse Center and had some people explain exactly what was going on. It was a wonderful tour. The first year in 2009, our first honorary captain was Joyce Perry, who worked here at the superintendent's office from Merle Peacock and had ovarian cancer very, very young and survived that for about 30 years and then just passed away this past May. So we've had some great, met some great people on both sides of the field for this particular game. So it's been a wonderful experience.
This is like doing a game at the top of Mount Washington. The wind is howling, and you can hear it. Inside, the Tigers scramble for it. There's a scrum shot. Oh, just deflected wide. I'm not sure if Anoyan got any piece of that. Am I saying her name correctly, Coach?
I am not really sure. Okay. I'm assuming that's what it was.
We didn't get any alphabetical type breakdown here. Dewey Cleary's had a good second quarter so far, Coach. I want to mention her. She's the one that made the good rush that got the Tigers involved down in the circle. And I want to give Dewey credit for that. And she's fighting. Is this her fighting for it here, I think?
I believe it is, yeah.
She's a sophomore.
I was just going to say, she started last year as a freshman, came up for Coach and played very, very well. And Coach is looking for big things from her. She's very strong. Very intuitive, seems to know the game pretty well, knows where the ball should go, you know, a pass or two ahead. So very, very good player for Gardiner. And I was just, you know, I think Gardiner's got a little bee in their bonnet at this point. After the first rush for Cony when Julia came down and scored there, I think Gardiner's put a little bit more of a rush on and looking to get the ball into the circle. Yeah,
you can't be flat-footed with this Ram team, as you said, coming in, Coach. They got good speed with all their forwards, particularly, and you know, if you sit back on your heels a little bit, they're going to win the loose ball battles, and you know, so much of the game is loose balls. You know, who's going to win those 50-50 balls? That was Freeman with it. She's going to lay it off here now, and
you're right. I think Gardiner came out a little flat-footed there in the beginning, and you're right. With a Cony team and the speed and experience that they've got, you've got to be going charging ball all the time. Play good, solid defense, and be at the position where the ball is all game long.
So Dewey Clary will take it back to the spot. Defended by Freeman, and Freeman ducking for cover. On days like this, that ball stings on a warm day. It really stings on a cooler day. And Rennie can drive it. She'd drive it up about waist high, and that'll come back. Our clock unofficial, but Chris is doing a pretty good job of keeping it close. It doesn't stop too much, so we're a second off, so that's pretty darn good. 1-0 as you see. We'll show you the goal at halftime when we recap the scoring. Dick Layton doing our stats today. I gave Dick a good task today. I said, you count the number of times kids hit the ball. He said, really? I said, no, Dick, I'm just kidding at that. But the corners and the scoring and all that. Dick's doing well for anybody that hasn't seen him. He's protecting himself like a lot of people have to, and he's sorry that he hasn't been able to make his fan club appearances this fall, but he'll be back on the schedule for the winter season, hopefully, once the vaccine comes out. Rennie drives it, Anna Rennie. Going to get down past Porter. She backtracks forward. Nice little play there. I'm sorry, that's Willow Lavoie. I couldn't see Willow's number because her ponytail was hanging down. Be Rams ball. 10:14 left here in the second. 1-0 Rams. Anna Rennie drives it. That's intercepted by Maddie Farnham.
One of the things we're seeing this quarter too is that Dewey Clary's playing pretty tight on 7 on Julia Rennie. So I think there was a little adjustment made during the break between the quarters.
Yeah.
Dewey's playing a little bit tighter on Julia, and she's not as apt to get a runaway here.
She tried to drive it in the circle, just outside the circle, now in. They'll fight for it.
Another real good defensive play by Leah Pushit, bringing the ball outside and clearing it.
So I made the transition today, Coach McNally, to winter season coverage. Put the flannel LL Bean jeans on, the flannel lined ones. Switched over from iced coffee to hot coffee for the game. Got the old Gardiner wool leather, the Letterman jacket, Nate's jacket. Nate never wore it. Nate was not into stuff like that, so it sat in the closet for years, but I got the black and orange out, so. Oh, that's driven in. Collins came out, attacked the Ram offensive player, and a good decision that time by Collins.
Gardiner's going to have to play a little bit tighter in the circle on that. That was too easy reception inside the penalty stroke line.
Driven down, Farnham going to chase it down for the Tigers, try to get past the defender. She's able to do it. She did a good job of getting around road. Farnham with it here. Kept it down on the line. Beautiful job here by Maddie down the right side, but dispossessed Anna Rennie. Oh, Jesus, bro. Dewey Clary says high and tight. Wow.
Pretty quick on her feet, isn't she?
Boy, that might be one of the best athletic plays that we've seen in a long time there. Is that thing was headhunting, and Dewey just did a backflip. She got out of the way of it. That was amazing. And she didn't flinch a bit. Rennie's with it. Good defense that time by the Tigers as Rams were looking to get cooking. Good hustle that time by Lanny Porter. That was Lanny last time. Lanny 23.
Another solid defensive player for Coach Galan, and she seems to have stepped it up here in the second quarter too. She's playing a little bit smarter defense. She knows she's got a player in front of her that's probably a few steps faster than she, so she's going to have to play a little bit off and make sure their stick is pretty mobile. And intercept that dribble whenever she can and stay with the kid instead of letting the kid get by her.
Well, we're glad we could be up on the hill for all those that couldn't be up here today. I know Kim Greenleaf would be here if she could be here. Kim's watching. Open your window, Kim, and we'll be able to hear you right down here on the hill. Driven up. Good intercept by the Tigers. Hard to control by Clary, and they'll come back to the Rams. Rennie couldn't get it, and she'll take one off the Achilles. So go back over to the Rams here. They'll regroup, bring it up to the spot. Now they're set to go. Try to get the pass to Julia Rennie. It was stepped in by Clary, and Tigers will possess and drive. Can they get it through? They do. They've got a shot here. Oh, that's good defensive play that time by the Rams, but what do we get for call, direct?
It's coming inside. It's a free hit from outside.
Free hit from outside.
The characteristics have changed a little bit here, too, this second quarter. Gardiner seems to be taking their free hits a little quicker than Cony, and Cony's a little bit back on their heels. So a definite change from the first quarter. First penalty corner for Gardiner.
3 for the Rams so far. This is the first for the Tigers. They trail by 1, so great opportunity here for the Tigers. Piper Lavoie on the insertion. Piper set to do it. Gets it in. Second shot maybe. Rams step up on the D, clear the circle. Rennie with a big hit. She clears it down. Out to midfield. Stepping up smartly was Leah Pushit again. From her defensive position came flying up. Our next game for field hockey is another traditional rival, Winslow. I think Coach McNally next week. So
yes, yeah.
We're doing a lot of games at Halldale and Gardiner, so sometimes we have double games. So you'll see both games up on Munson Media, the Halldale game and the Gardiner game.
And I think Halldale's got a traditional rivalry with Winthrop, their game, next week sometime.
We'll bring you that one too. So we're getting lots of field hockey, lots of soccer on Munson Media this fall. That's what they're playing. That's what we're covering. So thankfully for me, I've got experts like Coach McNally and Casey Johnson in soccer and Rob Kennedy, Mark Tinkham in soccer.
Great opportunity too, Rob, and I want to thank you, and I know Coach Gallant wants to thank you for the support of Gardiner athletics, especially field hockey. Some of those sports that don't traditionally get seen, so it's a great thing to see.
Well, they're finding Miss Rennie okay, aren't they? They've got 3 Tigers around her right now, but Julia is she's like a water bug out there. She just is able to maneuver around. She's got great feet, right, Coach? I mean, that's, so many times that's what you look for in an athlete is their feet.
Right, you're not looking just for all-out speed. You're looking for quickness with a stick and a ball. And she's definitely got the speed, and over the years has improved tremendously in terms of stick skills with the stick and a ball. So
yeah, so you see that as the big leap that kids have to make as they go from the high school to the college level. Coach McNally, I mean, I know you go around the state and you're making recommendations to the college coaches all over the state and probably all over the Northeast as far as players. You've sent players to national programs, Purdue being one of them, and Connecticut, University of Connecticut, a great field hockey program. Is that one of the? I can't remember the question I was going to ask you, Coach. I think it had to do with stick skills.
Yes. College coaches are looking definitely for kids that can hold a ball. Stick skills are very important. Quickness, as you mentioned, quickness in the feet is very important. And then just overall strength. College players are very, very strong athletes. Strong cardiovascularly, certainly, but strong kinesthetically as well. But stick skills play an important. Can you hold the ball? Can you maneuver around defensive players is huge at the college level.
It's in the circle for the Tigers. Lavoie's one of them in there. Shot and score. Up and over, around and through. The Tigers have tied it at 1-1. And I think it was Lavoie with the goal. We're going to see.
Pretty sure it was Willow, yeah.
We'll get the replay for you. Who was bringing the ball back out? Was it Willow or Piper? We'll get a look at it here with the replay. Going to see it right here. Scrum and Fern. Tigers were persistent. You said they had to be more on the attack. That's up and over. Willow Lavoie is getting credit for the goal. Good-looking replay there by Chris Wheeler, and good camera work by Calvin Mason. So the Tigers, you said it, Coach, they were more on the attack, taking their hits a little quicker, and that time they cashed in. It wasn't off a corner. It's off a regular play. And so Tigers, I think they've caught up to the speed of the game, Coach.
Well, yeah, I think they have made some adjustments and figured out how to kind of not negate the speed, because you can't do that, but certainly play smart defense with that. But the important thing, I think, there was the aggressiveness inside the circle.
Yeah.
You can let that goalie take one kick out of there, but boy, if you converge on her, you can get that second shot yourself, and I think Willow did a great job. And Coach Gallant's been playing her up front. You'll notice as the play comes down towards the goalie end, Willow is still up around the 25, and as the ball comes out of our defensive end and up towards our own offensive 25, you'll see Willow hanging at the 25, waiting for a escape ball coming up and through. So,
and we saw that. That's actually what started that whole offensive foray, I think. She got it in deep, and
she had a good tip like that in the Mesalonsky game as well, so she's got a good offensive stick.
Ooh.
Once she gets the ball inside the circle.
Taryn Crummett collided with one of the Tigers here, and I'm not sure who's down.
I don't see Lanny Porter. I wonder if that could be her.
Yeah, we think it might be Lanny. Well, they're going to take a quick time out. Give us a chance to talk here a little bit more about the Tiger Challenge. Or we could, what do you got, Chris, for us? Going to show us a replay here?
Both of the goals.
Yeah, we'll take a look at both goals while we've got this time. Here comes the first goal. This is the Cony goal with Rennie. It's Julia Rennie. Going to see her, number 7. Scramble in front. Both goals are fairly similar in that there were scrums in front and loose balls. Rennie does a good job of coming over here, and then she's going to put it to the far side away from Collins in goal for the Tigers. So we've come back ready for live action. Now we're taking a look at the Gardiner Tiger goal, the Lavoie goal. You're going to see her tip it up and over for the equalizer right there. So there's your 2 goals in the game. Nice job by our Chris Wheeler on production today. And here come the Rams. Let's get the clock back and going. We're in the second, 4 quarters now. Tigers.
Stats are beginning to even out here, too, Rob. In terms of shots on goal, Coney's had 5 and Gardner's had 4. So goalie saves at 4 and 3. So the stats are beginning to even out a little bit, too. So you're probably right. I think Gardner has made some adjustments, taking into consideration the Coney speed, tightened up a little bit on deep defense, and as a result have had some opportunities of their own.
So that's going to do it here for the end of the first half. So we've played one half. A good one here from Somerville Field on the campus of Gardiner Area High School. It's 1-1 in the Drive-Out Cancer Challenge game. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. Coach McNally will talk about halftime strategy for the 2 teams. We'll take a look again at each one of the goals here when we come back to Somerville Field after these messages.
At our firm, we have the client and only the client in mind. Our mission is to get to know and understand your needs, wants, and long-term goals. We want to help you develop, implement, and monitor a strategy that's designed to address your individual situation. We understand the challenges families face today. From managing debt to saving for college to retirement, these personal finance challenges can be overwhelming. Our commitment is to utilize all of our resources to help you pursue your goals. We believe in thinking out of the box, and we are not afraid to challenge conventional wisdom in our approach to financial services and preserving wealth. All of our energy, commitment, and efforts are focused on you, the client, and your satisfaction.
When you choose a financial institution to entrust your hard-earned money to, bigger is not necessarily better. Will you be noticed? Will you be heard? At Gardiner Federal Credit Union, our members aren't account numbers, they're our friends and neighbors. Each member has a vote, a voice. What matters to you matters to us. Lending decisions are based not solely on your credit score, but on who you truly are. We work diligently to end hunger. We volunteer in our local schools and throughout the community supporting neighborhood events. We are local people making local decisions, investing in our members and giving back to our communities. Gardiner Federal Credit Union, where your money has a voice.
Coaches and athletes know that teamwork is the key to success. At the GAHS Insurance Group, our team is comprised of knowledgeable, enthusiastic, and dedicated agency personnel who are committed to keeping our clients informed and protected. Featuring 9 agencies throughout the area, the GAHS Insurance Group is the largest locally owned independent agency group in Central Maine. As a trusted choice agent, we are dedicated to you and are committed to treating you as a person and not as a policy. This commitment means we will work for you and not the insurance company. So call us today and let our team put you on the path to success.
Started in 2019 by the Coolest family in Pittston, Coolest Gravel Pit offers some of Kennebec County's highest quality gravel products. Located just south of the old Cedar Grove Road on the right off State Highway 27, Coolest Gravel Pit is committed to providing our customers with an outstanding product at a fair price. We offer a wide variety of products for all your needs. At Coolest Gravel Pit, our loader is always on site. Local deliveries on larger quantities are always available, and we offer discounts on large quantities as needed.
Coolest Gravel Pit is family owned and operated since 2019, producing Kennebec County's highest quality gravel at a fair price.
At Randolph Hardware, our game plan is simple. We offer way more than just hardware, but it all starts with a promise. We have what you need and always with a smile. We have a huge selection of paint, plumbing, electrical, and gardening supplies to help you complete simple projects to major home renovations. We also offer a rental center, factory authorized power equipment repair, and the best tool selection around. So stop in today and let the Randolph Hardware team help make your project a winner.
Hi, my name is Shayna Epperson and I'm with Atlantic Youth Sports Inc. and we operate out of Gardiner, Maine. We strive to bring young athletes to the game of basketball, volleyball, softball, and lacrosse. We also bring our principal cores, 3 of them, of teamwork, we bring respect, and we bring confidence.
Hi, I'm Lizzie Gruber. I've been with Shayna for 6 years. AYS has brought me to be a physically and mentally stronger person on and off the court. I've also met some of my lifelong friends through this amazing program.
You can become part of our family by visiting us online at www.aysinc.org, or you can email us at aysincinfo@gmail.com.
We're back here to Some Real Feel. Rob Munson, Mo McNally, Chris Wheel doing our production. Calvin Mason on our camera. Dick Layton doing our stats here from the hill at Somerville Field. Well, the weather's changed for sure. Actually, it was kind of warm and humid yesterday a little bit for our soccer game. We got showers up at Halldale, and today it's apple crisp weather, I would say, Coach McNally. We're going to take a look at both the goals here at halftime. We know some folks are joining us maybe a little bit late and didn't see it. Here's the first goal of the game. It's going to be Rennie's goal. She's to the right of your screen, far side of the screen there. Does some good stick work. She's got, as you said, Coach McNally, really good stick skills. Was able to control the ball in the circle, that's what goal scorers do.
Exactly. It's very, very tight inside the circle. I think, as we've mentioned in the last couple games, we always tell our kids the closer you get to the circle, the shorter the stick becomes. You control the ball between your feet, get a shot off as soon as you possibly can. And those kids that have good stick skills and tight stick skills are usually your scorers and your shooters. And both Julia and Anna have progressed over the years, and their stick skills are showing that exactly now. And then you look on the other side, and you got Willow Lavoie up here, who's got a great hand-eye coordination. The last 2 games that she's played, she's gotten a piece of a tip of a ball in there, which is another great offensive skill. So we've seen some great offensive plays here in this game.
And that's where we stand 1-1 here at the half. Well, we're going to step away. We're going to hear from couple of our anchor sponsors. Now, these are sponsors that come in at a higher level, and they go with us everywhere we go, every game we do, every event we do. They track along with us here. So we're going to hear from them right now. And one of our new sponsors here is Cam Brands of Auburn, a Procter & Gamble company.
The culture in P&G is very different. It's very special. Everyone is very collaborative. Everyone is very honest, and they want to help you succeed.
I work with a good group of people. A lot of experienced people have been here for many years. Some people that I work with have been here for 30 plus years. You have the tools to learn, the necessity to drive you forward, which are great.
I'm getting my needs met career-wise. So I'm getting the leadership experience. I'm getting the coaching that I need to move on and move up.
The greatest aspects of benefits we get here. You know, we get health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, and it's all keys in. That's worth something to me. Along with the pay, I know I'm going to have a paycheck at the end of the week.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their health care just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
JMH Associates is a boutique financial and management consulting firm that can provide customized solutions for your business or personal affairs. We can provide management expertise to your small business, personal financial guidance, and organizational structure for your personal and business needs. This will allow for better communication and execution with your other financial partners. We help establish businesses, we'll help you start a new business, and we can provide IT support for your business needs. We are JMH Associates. We're proud to be associated with MunsingMediaSports.com. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munsing Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munsing Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
Rob Munsing, Mo McNally back here to Summerall Field. Chris Wheeler doing our production. Calvin Mason on our camera. Dick Clayton is on our stats here today. Kind of unique seating. Normally the hill where we are is packed with people able to watch. The COVID-19 viewing season is upon us, so you have to have a pass to be able to come in. So if Calvin is able to pan to our left over by the scoreboard, you'll see where they actually have set up circles for the fans to be in, those little areas there that keep you socially distanced and all the things that need to be done here for COVID-19 precautions. We're all stretched out here high above the field here, socially distanced ourselves, and we're getting set here for second half action. We're glad you've been able to join us from the safety of your homes. as we're trying to bring you as many different games that are going on, and we're hitting a lot of them. Lots of times we have multiple games. The place to find things out is on our Facebook page. We usually update every week as to what the schedule is, and the schedule is ever changeable. That's just the situation, Coach McNally, that we're in now. Things come up in some of the schools, and things happen, and we lost a middle school field hockey game last week, and everything's day to day, I guess, is the best way to put it.
This is just such a unique season, as you said. You alluded to the fans on the hill, because I think the area schools have deemed that no away fans at games. Yeah. So you're only seeing one-sided fans. So it's just an unusual season all the way around for everyone. But at least we're out here. I mean, they're getting a chance to play. The kids are playing. They're having fun. They're going through some semblance of a normal routine during the school day. As normal as you can get in these times. So the longer we can keep kids playing, the better off we're going to be.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And the other folks that we need to credit for making a fall season possible are all the officials in all the different sports, because, they are susceptible to some morbidities, I guess is what they call them, right? So you've got to be careful, but they've made a commitment. They've come out and they continue to make it possible for kids to play the games.
And I think I read an article in the summer. I think Jeff Benson is head of a commission at the MPA dealing with officials, because there's not enough of them in any sport.
In the circle, save. And that one goes wide. Ball's still loose, and let's see. So the Rams, as they did to start the game, on the attack here early in the second half. Third quarter, actually. We're listing second because we can't really we can't change the quarters. So we'll let you know it's second half, third quarter.
It'd be interesting to see if their coaches made any adjustments during the half. Things evened themselves out about through the second quarter. Coach Gallant made an adjustment and tightened up her defense on Cony's left side. So that slowed them down a little bit. So I would envision that Coach Daigle might have taken her kids during halftime and said, we've got to spread the field out a little bit more.
Okay.
We're relying on Julia Rennie. Let's get it to the other side and spread that defense out.
Rennie on the attack here, just outside the circle. Put it through the defender's legs, and she controls. Lets it go, seals it wide. Rennie's got a big shot. Gets good leverage. She's strong in her core, Coach, and that's where your strength comes from. I'm imagining it a lot of times with that shot.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. I think those kids are multi-sport athletes. Both Rennie's and Coach Daigle alluded to a lot of her kids are multi-sport athletes, which when you're playing 2 or 3 different sports during the school year, obviously, you're going to be in pretty good physical shape, including the core, which I think benefits everybody when you're playing a couple sports.
And a miss hit that time, and Tiger's going to pick it up, Dewey Cleary. I'm sorry, that's Bree Smith, number 8. Bree seeing some action here. Just called up. You mentioned that Bree would be up here for the game today, and there she's seeing some action. Rams with it. Rams have been on the attack here. Rennie with it. She draws double defenders. And
kind of a mirror image of the first quarter, Rob.
Really. Playing 4 quarters here. Don't go by what we've got on there, because we're using a scoreboard that doesn't allow us to go to quarters. There's no field hockey scoreboard on our titling system where we get our graphics, so we use a soccer scoreboard for field hockey. And usually, before it would work, because you'd only have first half, second half, and now we're quarter. So we'll keep telling you it's third quarter. Tigers intercept, but they can't make the play. Trying to get it was Madore for the Rams. Tigers getting set to blast one out. Lindsey Bell. The Rams have been on the attack, much as they were early. Tigers trying to stem that attack. That was Piper Lavoie, number 10 for the Gardiner Tigers on the defense. She's here now, but here comes Rennie, downshifts, lets it go, deflected, stays out of the circle, and Tigers control. With it for the Gardiner Tigers is Maddie Blaze. Now it comes in. Tipped. Whistle. Tigers ball. Push out. Leah push out to bring it out. She'll get the hit. Tries to connect up here to the near side. She does with Clary. Dewey couldn't get by the defender. Loses. Pushard. Nice stick work by Pushard. Tigers could have got a run. Just missing there. They were trying to connect with Dewey Clary up the left side. Rams. Tigers on the intercept. But Rennie scootering down the near side. Rennie with it, trying to clear it in front. That's up and dangerous.
That's the second run that Rennie's had on this side, and one of the main tenets of Gardiner defense has always been if your opponent's got the ball and they're dribbling downfield, you never let them go any further than 5 yards without an attack. And right now, we've got no attack on Julia. She's getting down here pretty quickly and pretty clearly.
Anna Rennie in on the insertion. Goes back to the outside here to the Rams. That was Freeman with it. Freeman trying to make something happen inside. The wind let up for 5 seconds. Now it's back. Second corner consecutively here, as Coach McNally has taught me. If you don't score on a corner, get another corner.
Exactly.
Comes to Rennie. She's got it around the defender, self passes, lets it go. Collins on the near post, holds her post. And Tigers finally with the defense. Can they kill it? They can't tilt the field. The Rams back on the attack. A lot of stick time so far here in the third quarter for the Cony Rams. We're in a 1-1 game. A game fitting of the Drive Out Cancer Challenge. Munson Media will be making a contribution to the Drive Out Cancer Challenge, as we do every year. Well, when I remember. Which I think I've done okay the last couple of years, Coach.
I think you have.
One year, it was the middle of winter. You remember that? It was the middle of winter, and I went, oh, my God, Coach, I forgot. I got to get you a check. Here comes the insertion here by Rennie. That time they used Rennie as a decoy. She drives it to the side of the net and out. So a little bit different. Anna Rennie came in. Julia Rennie was there at the top, but she feathered off to the right side. A little touch pass back to her. She let it go, but it was into the side of the net. 6:30. 6:34 exactly here in the third. You're watching Munson Media's production of high school field hockey. 8 minutes, I'm sorry. I couldn't read the screen. I spent a lot of money on that cataract surgery too, Coach McNally, I'm telling you. I thought best surgery I've ever had.
That's what people say.
Oh my gosh, when I had that, I couldn't believe it. Comes back out, boy, a lot of corners here so far. That's, I think, 3 or 4 outside, and that's going to go roll wide. Was it touched by anybody? I don't believe it was. I think it came off the...
I think he's coming back in. I think one of the things we're noticing already is Cony's using this right side. The ball's has been brought from the 50 up the right side a lot more than they used it the first half. So a little bit of a difference in how they're approaching the circle.
Roke with it for the Rams. She's defended. And out of bounds, Dewey Clary with some good defense there, the sophomore. So Tigers, they'll see if they can change field here. They need a big hit here, Coach, to tilt the field. And then they get it out to midfield. Trying to come back for the Tigers was Peekins. She lost it, and Rams back on the attack. Roke with it. She's going to be defended and comes off to Piper Lavoie, but it's Rams' ball.
Got to be 5 yards away, which results in another corner. I think Gardiner's a little flat-footed here.
Yeah.
We're getting beat to the ball consistently. The forwards aren't coming back to pick up the long ball that you just saw coming out, and it's difficult to get the ball out of there anyway. It has been difficult this quarter, so we've got to have those forwards come back quickly to pick up a ball, but we're just getting beat.
Shot and a save, a good one. Scramble in front. And Tigers will get the ball, and they'll try to turn it, and they can't, but 5 yards again, Coach?
Right, exactly.
I'm getting that figured out. Coach McNally is a tremendous field hockey tutor. She's got this old football guy figured out. I almost know what I'm talking about here at times. Boy, some good little stick work that time. Down the chute came Previtt. Tigers just can't clear it out, and Rams keep on the attack. Tilted the field. This is going to be Anna Rennie. She's going to roll it right to the Tigers. Tigers lose it. Julia Rennie swoops in. Swoops on the right side. Looking for the clearing pass. Can't get it. Rolls out of bounds.
Cony's just approaching the ball a lot quicker than we are at this point. And the ball coming out, the success that Gardiner had in the first half, the ball went to the width. If we continue to try to pound it up the middle, it's not going to go there. You're going to have to go wide with the ball to get it out.
Well, the Rams aren't allowing that. They're in the circle. Tigers looking to clear. They do. Pushard got a piece of it, but it's going to be another corner.
This is number 6 for this.
Is that in the game and just for the half?
This
wow.
Is just for this.
Yeah. So the Tigers have been living on borrowed time, haven't they? Here.
Absolutely.
We'll see what happens. Here comes the insertion, top of the circle, tipped over to trying to get it to Rennie. Tigers looking to clear the circle. They do.
That was a good follow. Lindsay Bell with a great follow, bringing that ball out.
Lindsay trying to fight for the Tigers. Stays with it. Good job by Lindsay Bell. She winds up and tries to drive it out. Now maybe the Tigers will find some...
A lot more room on the sides.
Find some room. They do. They go up the left side. Tigers and Lavoie gets tripped. They'll let it go on. Play on, they say. Good defense here by the Tigers. Up the left side. On the hustle here for the Tigers is Piper Lavoie. Piper got it inside to Clary. They're trying to work it to her. Or is this Bree Smith? I can't tell.
I think that's Bree Smith.
Yeah, it was Bree Smith, number 8. Bree's an addition to our roster today, so she's not in the normal huge font that I put it in with bold. She's written it in pen, so sometimes I don't find a little back pass for the Rams. They attack over midfield, down the near side. Tigers will tip it out in the person of Leah Pushard. Now Leah will go back. The Rams will come over. Julia Rennie. Self pass by the defender. Rennie going to drive it into the circle, but it's tipped before it gets there. That was a good job by Lavoie. Piper Lavoie. Ram ball. They don't hesitate. They get going. Anna Rennie puts it in. Tigers looking to get some field, but they can. Now they look to attack. Rams back with it, near side. You said they've been tilting over here to the right side, haven't they, Coach?
Yeah, and we have been helping them in that when we release the ball, once we do get the ball and release it, we're sending it right back to where we got it from. One of the main tenets of hockey is once you receive the ball, you have to change the direction of it. So once...
Tipped in and kick out save, I think, by Cassidy Collins. That was a good save by Cassidy as Rennie put it to the far post. Looking for the tip-in attempt. And Cassidy read the pass well and kicked it away.
So to finish that thought, when we pick the ball up, we should change the direction of the ball. If it comes from the right, send it either towards the middle or to the left, but never send it back where you got it, because it's there's 2 or 3 players sitting there waiting for it. And that's what's happened on this right side. As you said, Cony's tilted it, and we're leading right into it by sending the ball right back to them.
And of course, this is the way they want to go, because they've got some of their primo players running down this near side.
Right, and as we've said before, the entrance pass from the right is a lot better to control offensively. So when the ball comes in from the right side, it's better in terms of getting shot off.
Rennie wound up and swing and a miss. She was hounded pretty well there. Some pretty good defense going on by Chasen. Seda did a good job of staying with Rennie. She can match her with wheels.
Yeah.
Seda's fast. Doesn't get through the Ram players. Clary back out, but the Rams will control.
And Bree Smith came back and picked that up. Had she gotten a little stronger on the turn, that ball would have been out, but it was a nice pickup for her to come back and pick it up to help it come out.
Bree Smith playing here on the near side. She's number 8. In the circle, loose. Collins came out and kicked it, but I think the whistle had already blown. 1:15 left here in the third. 7th corner.
More corners we get, as you alluded to, Rob, the more dangerous it gets. Your defense is outnumbered. They get tired. They're going to fly to these kids, to the Cony kids who are quick on the top. You get tired doing this one right after another, and eventually mistakes made and then a goal scored.
Well, they tried to cross there, try to get it to the far post. Good plan, execution off just a little bit. That went out of bounds. We hope the audio's holding up okay. The wind is fierce here. Running in the circle. Anna ready to insert. Tigers jump on the shot, but we'll have a do-over. Gonna need a heating pad on my neck tonight. I'm getting a little crick in my neck here. And that's going to do it here for the third quarter. So the Tigers will look to regroup here, see if they can't change field, get on the offensive. They played a lot of defense in that one. The Rams had the better of the offense, but they don't score. And we'll go to the fourth. We're tied 1-1 back after this. Taking a look at the Gardiner goal as we go out.
Cooking dinner? Call Caps's Pizza in Farmingdale. You can make the whole family happy with our award-winning pizza, sandwiches made on fresh baked bread, delicious nachos, or salads made to order. And don't forget the whoopie pies. We pride ourselves on fast, friendly service and an overall experience that's better than you might expect from a pizza place. So order Caps's tonight. Pick it up, have it delivered, or enjoy our dining room. Give us a call at 582-0522 or enjoy the convenience of online ordering at capsuspizza.com.
I want to thank our latest sponsor for Gardiner High School Athletics, Caps's Pizza. Caps's Pizza, Chad Partridge, the owner down there, and doing a great job. And I know that a lot of people have been heading up to Caps's. Coach McNally heard from Allison Nichols. She took her family up there and said, boy, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Coach Munson, because this is a really great place. And we thank them for honoring the player of the game. So Coach McNally will pick the player of the game at the end of this one. It'll be a Gardiner Tiger player of the game. It's always for the Tigers or the Halldale Bulldogs, who they also sponsor. They're right in the middle between Gardiner and Farmingdale, and they're in Farmingdale between Halldale High School, Gardiner High School. So it's great. We want to thank them for their participation in our player of the game. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back for the fourth after we hear from our great friends at Maine Athletic Fundraising.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
The Leavitt Hornets have established themselves as one of the leading football programs in the state of Maine.
Goes to down, he's got his man wide open down the seam, going to be 6. Touchdown Hornets, just what the doctor ordered.
And the Hornets know when it comes to fundraising that Maine Athletic Fundraising is just what the doctor ordered.
So here we are today at Leavitt Area High School, and I've been working with Coach Hathaway. This will be my 9th year kicking off his team. They're a great program in the state of Maine, and I enjoy kicking them off every year. They've got motivated kids, and they do a real good job with the fundraiser every year. I think you guys are ready to roll. What do you think? Yeah. Good luck, guys. Thank you. You got it. You're all set.
So we've been working with Maine Athletic Fundraising for the last 10 years with Mark Smith. Mark's been very helpful to our program. The nice thing is we're in the preseason, double sessions, a lot going on, but they come in and take care of everything. You give the players a good talk, pump them up for the fundraising, get them the materials they need and some ideas to sell the cards, and then they get the kids out and go. So it's been very helpful to our program. We've been able to raise thousands of dollars every year, and it helps us out a lot.
Back here to Somerville Field. Rob Munzing, Mo McNally, Chris Wheeler doing our production, Calvin Mason on the camera. Out at midfield, that didn't happen much in the third, did it, Coach?
No, it was a tough third quarter for the Tigers. Coney ended up with 9 penalty corners and 5 shots on goal. Gardiner defense stood tall, but there's going to have to be some changes this quarter to even out the field a little bit. Gardiner's got to get in the offensive end.
We're in the fourth. We're in the second half, fourth quarter. Tigers, I don't think they had a foray over midfield in that third, Coach. I can't remember. Maybe they drove it out once, but not much at all. We'll see what they do here in the fourth. Chased down across the way by Olivia Peekins.
I think one of the things they've got to do is what they did in the second quarter. They've got to get the ball out wide. Forget trying to go up the middle. Get it out wide. They've got to attack Julia Rennie as she comes, as we see her come down the field. She can't be allowed to dribble that far down without an defensive attack. She's got too much stick time. So we've got to stop that a little bit.
Well, she's clever because as the defender comes, she's quick. She'll push that ball. I call it self-passing. I don't know what the exact term is, but she'll push the ball past the defender and go around the defender and get it. Tigers out over midfield, across the way. Clouds have come in a little bit darker here at Somerville Field, but no threat of rain. Maybe snow. It's a little chilly.
It sure is. Now this offensive push right here started in the defensive circle. We went out wide. Dewey Clary picked it up.
Marshall got it through, yes.
Brought it out even further. So if we can stay outside and away from the middle of the field where it's going to be easier for Cony to come down quickly, I think we're going to have a chance to get some offensive output this particular quarter.
So Cony ball outside their circle. They'll get set to deliver a big hit, and they do. Deflect it down. Some good job by Chasen, but she can't control it, and here come the Rams. Rams on the attack. Ahead of the pack there is Audette. Audette's in. Collins goes out, makes a left pad save. Ball's loose. Tigers looking to clear. They do.
Great defensive play by Cassidy Collins to come out and stop that before she got a good hard shot on.
That ball's in the circle here. Dangerous here for the Tigers and opportunistic for the Rams, but they can't make it happen. Yeah, that was quite a rush that time by Audette.
Nothing any scarier for a goalie. Look up and see the only player coming at you is a kid with an opposite color shirt on and coming fast. So in a split second, you've got to make a decision. Do I go out? Do I stay back? How do I play this defensively and get my team a chance to get behind me and help out?
Yeah,
Cassidy played that perfectly.
And Cassidy had to come out and make the left kick save, which is not her dominant side, which is even tougher. So we'll come outside the circle here for the Rams. Cony Rams, they're coached by Holly Daigle. Holly, a terrific player when she played for the Cony Rams, back when Coach McNally was coaching against those Rams.
Absolutely. She was a thorn in our side many occasions.
Cameron, her maiden name.
Yes, it was.
Her brother was also an excellent athlete. Tigers went to drive it out, but good stick skills there. It's going to come across back to Audette. Audette inside. Tigers look to control. Audette steals it, puts it back in. Loose in front and just sealed wide. Boy, there was an open corner there that just got missed by the Rams. They had an open Thank all our fans for watching. Glad we could bring you this field hockey game. We're trying to bring you as many of the Gardiner games as we can, and so far I think we've hit most of them. That is a drive, but stolen away. Rennie with it. She gets it back. She comes in the circle. She's on the off wing here, trying to maneuver around and defended pretty well over there by the Tigers. But she gets it back, but it'll go over the Tigers. Was that Lindsay Bell across the way? It's hard to...
It is Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay, we're number 26 today.
Had a chance to talk to Coach Gallant about Lindsay last week after the game, after her first game, and Lindsay's very, very strong, very upper body strong. So you saw in that last drive that her drive goes far, and it looks impressive. But comes a time when, as an athlete or as a field hockey player, you've got to define when to use the long, hard one and when to make sure that you've got an intended receiver for the pass.
Yeah.
The long, hard one looks good sometimes, but it could very well go out of bounds or go to another player. So I think Lindsay's been working on making sure that there's somebody on the other end of that long, hard pass.
Yeah, it's like life, making connections. You and I ought to have a podcast called Making Connections with the coaches. That one...
hurt the toe.
Ooh, that one... Prebit, I think. Shakes it off. Gets it tough. Rams put it in play. Medore got it. Now Rennie. And Rennie will bring it back and look to launch. She's going to go to dribble and 5 yards again.
Exactly. Those 5-yard calls will drive a coach to have gray hair before you're done. There's absolutely no need of it. It's a dead ball. So.
And if you're backing up, they won't call it.
That's right.
You know, they give you the benefit of the doubt. Here comes the corner in. Goes to Rennie. She gets tripped. She'll take it just outside the circle. Julia Rennie tries a tricky dribble through the defender. She's got 3 Tigers and finally dispossessed.
That was good help. That was good help from Bree Smith up front to come back and double that kid up so she doesn't dribble as far as she wanted to.
Good steal by the Tigers and good outlet that time. We're tied at 1. We're in the 4th. Clary. Rams will pick it up. Clary trying to do some defensive work there. Can't do it. Centered in the circle and going to be a corner. Well, the corners have been definitively in favor of the Cony Rams. 11 in this half.
Luckily, they haven't gotten off those corners great shots on goal, and the ones they have, Cassidy Collins has come out and gotten a piece of most of them. So they haven't got a sharp shot yet, but you can't give them these amount of corners and not expect that that's going to happen.
Tigers dodge a bullet again, comes outside the circle. Can they change field? Working hard at it, but the Rams are very active. It's like they've got a couple of it's like they're on a power play for most of the second half, Coach, right? I mean, that's what it's looked like so far. The Rams really been on the attack, but the Cassidy Collins has been equal to the task so far, and the back defenders for the Tigers pretty solid too.
Oh, I think we've seen some good play out of Leah and
Rennie has got it. I'm not sure if it was deflected in. We'll take a look on the replay and see, but Rennie with the initial shot went far side. Julia Rennie, we'll have to take a look here on the replay. Who's got the ball coming back up? I think it is Rennie, so it may have gone on directly in from her. We'll take a look at the replay, let you know what we see here. You'll see it as well, as the Rams have gone ahead 2-1 here. You see the scrum inside. And it was Rennie's goal. So she's got both goals.
Right.
2-1. Well, Coach McNally told you, here come the Tigers on the attack here on the counterattack. And it's as if they've been given a jolt.
Well, that's exactly.
But you can't wait for that.
You just took the words right out of my mouth, and I'm sure Coach is thinking the same thing. You know, we've got the ability to get down here, and we can't wait until we're down one, especially on a team as talented as Cony's. But we're here now, so let's take some advantage of it, get it back into the circle, and see if we can get a shot off.
The common opponent is Messalonsky. We were very impressed with Messalonsky. They had some really good, skilled kids, and Messalonsky has beaten both these teams. Rams are looking for their first victory, believe it or not. 0-2 on the early season.
Right.
Push hard.
They played two quality teams.
Yeah.
They played Messalonsky and Belfast. So, and again, as we said, with all these teams, they begin the season, you really, because it's such an odd season, you really don't know where you stand or how you're going to do against top quality teams. And one of the things that Coach Daigle said to me was her schedule is full, as is Coach Gallant's, of teams that are top quality, whether they're A or B. And some of these teams she's never played before, so you find out how you stack up when you play those particular teams.
Well, Belfast, perennial power coach, all the way back to when you were coaching on the sidelines. Comes through again here and goes wide. 2-1 Cony. We're in the fourth. Tigers got some work to do. 4.5 minutes left in this one. And I can't see, I'm going to ask our Chris Wheeler how much battery we have left. 22%. So we should make it. Into the circle. You don't know our setup up here on the hill. No power, no internet. But we're bringing you the game. We're getting it done here.
That was Leah Pusher that came out of that circle with the ball, then with a real strong defensive play.
Rennie throws it in front, tipped. It's up high. Collins trying to get it. Comes back out, Rams. Infraction, so it'll be Tiger ball. It's hard to fault the keeper here in a 2-1 game when you've given up 11 corners.
No question.
So the Tigers' defense has been pretty good on the corners, but finally got worn down. Rennie got the go-ahead goal. She's got both goals here, Julia Rennie.
Well, I think one of the things that Coach will say, when Coach Gallant will say to these kids when they come out, is that she's got to have the offense more involved in the play. Defense is working hard inside the circle, and as you said, it's only a 2-1 ball game, but the offense has got to come back and touch the ball a lot more than what they have right now, up to this point.
Ball's going to roll out of bounds. Well, it's great to be back over here at Somerville Hill, as we call it here, in Somerville Field. We're up on the hill.
Yeah, as we've said before, it's a great place to watch a game up top here because you're looking down on the field. You can see just about everything. The sun's not in your eyes.
Yeah, sun's in our back, yeah. It gives us good pictures, too, with the sun behind us, and so. Although I'm sure that once the turf is in at Hope Field, that committee's going to get back in meeting and set to go, and we've already made a big deposit to the field turf company, so all systems are go. The school board filled in the gap for us, thankfully, and we just need to get back to somewhat of a normal situation in life.
That's been a long time coming here.
Yeah.
These fields have Rob Dish and all the custodial staff before that have done a great job keeping these fields up, but they've just degenerated over the years, and there's not much you can do. This field happened to be, when I was in high school, he was a cow pasture.
Yeah,
literally.
We used to practice football out here. My first year back 45 years ago, 1975, we practiced preseason football right out here. I don't know what field hockey was doing at that time. I mean, they were active, but I don't know where they went. I don't know. Andrea Bemis was the coach, I think, at the time.
I think you're right.
Maybe they didn't start until school started. It was a different time. Rennie's in. I can tell it's Rennie because if somebody holds on to the ball for 30 seconds, it's Julia Rennie. She's had a terrific game.
She sure has.
Anna Rennie with it here. Put back over. Roke with it. She comes down the near side, but she's dispossessed. Tigers looking to clear it out.
Yeah, Tatiana Roque's been impressive this second half. We didn't see her too much in the first half, but she's done a good job along with Julia with the ball down this half.
Bree Smith
side.
looking to go for the Tigers. In her first game, she's done a good job.
She's done a great job. She's done a great job. I think she's looking to stick in here and not going down anywhere.
Yeah. Rennie downshifts just outside the circle, dispossessed. Maddie Farnham got it ahead. I think that was Maddie. Not a lot of touches for Maddie here in the second half as the play hasn't gone to her side often. Tigers are looking to go. Here they come. Tigers. Clock ticking down.
Is that Maddie Blaze bringing the ball in? Good. Get it in the circle. Now we
Got to get it shot off. They do. Does us get through?
There's a corner.
So corner with no time, Coach. They'll play a non-timed corner.
Correct.
Explain that to the folks at home.
Because Gardiner has a chance to tie here, and the game's not out of reach, and because the whistle blew before the time went out, they have to play this corner out. So what Cony's going to have to do is they're going to have to clear the ball out, either turn Gardiner into a foul, which automatically stops the corner, or get it above the 25, which will stop it as well. Gardiner, on the other hand, as you see, will bring everybody down, load up the corner because they're not going to play defense anymore anyway.
Right.
Try to keep the ball in the circle. They could have a corner off a corner, several corners.
Tigers look to possess. Keep it alive for the Tigers. They do. Cony scrambling. Tigers still got it. Fighting hard for it inside. Ball's loose. And
ball's out over the end line, it's over.
Ball went off the end line, over the end line, and that will do it. So the Rams will win this one 2-1. They came in the second half ready to play, and they dominated the second half of play offensively. 11 corners. I think that was that the single Gardiner corner of the second half, Coach
yes.
McNally, right? Get to Coach for the final stats of the game here. We'll stay right with it here and let Coach recap for you. What is this, Chris? What are we looking at? We'll take a look at the first couple of goals here as Coach is tallying up the stats. This was the first Cony goal. This is Rennie. She's going to put a cross to the far corner here. Julia Rennie, she had a fantastic game for the Rams. Had both their goals. The first one here is a cross to the far side. Then the Tigers tied it up. The Lavoie goal tied it up. Willow Lavoie is going to tip that one in, up and over. And that's where we stood at the half, 1-1. Only one goal here in the second half, but it was the game winner. It's the Julia Rennie goal here. She's going to control inside the circle here, and she's going to put it into the... That was the Gardiner goal. I'm sorry, that's the Gardiner goal there. So now we'll get to the winning goal here. This is the Rennie goal right here, the game winner for Julia Rennie. 11 corners finally wore down the Tigers, Coach.
Yeah, it was a tough second half for the Tigers. We played defense, and the Tigers played defense most of the game. If you take a look at the stats are pretty close in the first half. But the second half has certainly tilted Cony's way. Gardiner ended up with 4 shots on goal, all in the first half. Cony had 16 total shots on goal with 11 in the second half. Penalty corners, Gardiner had 2, one at the end of the game and one in the first half. Cony had 15 total penalty corners, 11 in the second half. Goalie saves, Cassidy Collins did a great job for Gardiner, had 13 total saves, 9 in the first half. The Cony goalie, Jenna Hanwin, had 3 goalie saves all in the first half. And then the goals, as you said, it ended up being 2-1 Cony on Julia Rennie's goal. So a real tight first half for Gardiner, which is something you can build on. But second half did them in, and I think the Cony speed and the Cony aggressiveness in the circle made it tough for Gardiner and Gardiner defense to get it out of there. So it was a tight game for the first half, but something you can build on from this point on.
So, Coach, we'll let you pick the capsters Player of the Game award gets a free medium pizza from Caps's Pizza.
I think it was a pretty easy pick for me. It was Cassidy Collins. She saved them a number of times inside the goal, came out at the right time, correct times, knocked off a couple long passes. She did a great job inside the goal for Gardiner today.
So it'll be Cassie Collins will be Capsa Pizza Player of the Game. She'll get a free pizza from Capsa's Pizza. Congratulations to Cassidy. And I will give. Were you going to see Coach Gallant, Coach?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So I'll give the pizza award to Coach McNally. She'll give it to Coach Gallant, and we'll pass that on to Cassidy Collins. Good game and goal here as she was peppered inside. This could have been a 5-1 game very, very easily, and she held the fort for the Tigers with some help from her corner defense as well. Well, we'll let you know that tomorrow we'll be back on the air from Halldale High School as we're over there for soccer. Who we got tomorrow, Chris? We've had so many games here. I think tomorrow at Halldale we'll have. I think they're playing Richmond tomorrow, and then that's 4:15 start. They're playing the Richmond Bobcats in girls soccer, and then Saturday we'll be over at back over there for junior high girls soccer, as well as Monmouth will be in to take on the junior Bobcats. So that's going to do it here from Somerville Field. I want to thank Coach McNally. Thanks, Mo, for chipping in your great expertise. Calvin Mason, a great job on the camera, as always. Christopher Wheeler doing our production to the world. I'm Rob Munsinger. Munsinger Media Crew. Signing off here from Somerville Field, the final score. 2-1, Cony Rams in the Drive-Out Cancer Challenge game. Don't forget, you can make a donation, get online, and check them out, the virtual challenge this year. Help them out. If you need information on that, check with Coach Prey, or actually you can send me something. I've got the website as well if you'd like to make a donation. So until next time, so long, everybody.